Hi, I'm Matt.
And I'm Tom.
And this is The Park Bench.
And we have controversial opinions.
Oh, yes. Number one.
Lettuce is a garbage vegetable that can always be replaced by a better leaf. Go on, fight me.
There are multiple lettuce leaves.
They're all garbage.
I like a baby gem salad.
I'm sure you do, but would that salad be better with spinach or rocket, arugula, whatever you call it?
No, not as the base. I might add it in.
No.
But spinach has a completely different texture. It's got no crunch to it.
It has a better texture. It's not just slightly crunchy water.
Baby gem... Iceberg lettuce can go itself. and from eating salads in America...
Yep.
A lot of them seem to be only iceberg lettuce.
Yes.
Which is bullshit.
Yes. Thank you. All right. You're with me on this.
Yeah.
All I'm doing is I'm extending that out to other kinds of lettuce, which can always be replaced by something better. I would love to see...
Chard.
Beg your pardon.
It's another lettucey leaf that's got more of a bitter taste to it.
Yeah, it's got something to it. It's not just crunchy water. Controversial opinion number 2.
Bog roll.
What the idea of it?
No, bog roll. It should always hang, so then if the roll's here and the wall's here, it should be away from the wall, so then you can get at it.
You're wrong.
If you're pulling it down the other side, then it's going to scrape against the wall, and you're going to get
It's not going to scrape against the wall.
Well, the bog roll hangers hang down, and the thing's hanging against the wall, and you
Yeah,
get
but then-
wall all over your arse. How's that better?
It's not like you're wiping your arse on the wall.
No, but other people do.
No,
I don't know. Wait,
wipes their arse on. What's wrong with your housemates? Do you have brown streaks down the wall all of a sudden?
I never said house.
Okay.
Public toilet. Who knows what people have been touching the wall with? I don't want wall on that on me.
Okay,
If it's
that's
hanging down the other way.
that's reasonable. But if you hang it down on the front, so it's facing you, and I admit that for those of us who do not have, say, a cat or a child in the house or something like that, fine. But
You have neither.
I have neither. You're absolutely right.
Neither.
Neither.
Not either. Neither.
Not either. Neither.
Shrewsbury.
Oh, old school. Right, but I grew up in a house as I was a child once. I'm trying to put it behind me, but so if a kid reaches up and just starts batting away at the roll like that, they're not gonna take the whole thing off and put it on the floor. It's just gonna rotate, flip around and stay where it is.
What kid bats away at a bog roll?
I mean, kids will bat away at anything. Kids are basically small little tornadoes of destruction.
Sounds like great fun.
Controversial opinion number 3. On the tube, you will sometimes see big information boards which have useful information on them, like which lines are closed or when the last tube is. But if there's no information on there, then they'll sometimes have an absolute load of bollocks quote for the day on it, which is just something you get forwarded by email from your grandmother. It's some bollocks motivational quote or terrible joke, and it's on a board that is meant to be for safety critical information, and you should not distract people when they are trying to get through at the speed just to lighten their day with something that just makes I was going to say most people, but I'm extrapolating there from a sample size of 1 that makes me go, oh, but God.
Sample size of 2. We
Right.
agree on this one.
Okay.
We agree on this one.
Don't put bollocks on safety critical information boards.
If you had a separate board that was a different colour and styled in Comic Sans to make it look like it wasn't meant to be important, then great.
Yes.
But on the same board that you put, this is going to impact your day today.
Yes.
And how you have to read the to work out that it's
Yes. Controversial opinion number I've lost track.
All mobile phones should be on silent all the time.
All the time?
All the time.
So they shouldn't even have a ringer option, except for accessibility or something like that.
Yes, they should have the option.
Right.
But if you don't need that, then just leave it on vibrate.
I agree.
Ding! I don't care that you've got a text message. Why are you telling me? My phone's always on silent. I know when I've got a text.
Because you don't have a handbag.
Okay.
Neither do I.
No.
But
But that is fair. But I'm sure
I might have a point here. I didn't know there was a scoring system until I was winning, and now there's a scoring system. I've got a point.
Where did this come?
I don't know, but if there's a chance for me to get a point on something, I'll take it.
Controversial opinion number N. Not everything's a game with points, Tom. But yes, all designers of clothes should put pockets in, no matter what gender you say should be wearing those clothes.
Yes, that is a corollary, and I agree that given that, then yes, all phones should be on silent all
But
the
that
time.
isn't a thing, and yes, okay,
Yes.
Hein, have your f***ing point. Lots of swearing on this bench. Let's get the bleeper engaged. Your turn for another controversial opinion, if you can remember one.
I can't actually remember it. I'm having to get my
I'm
phone
gonna have
out
to get my phone
and
out
check
as
what
well.
my last controversial opinion was. That's it. Yes. There is no reason in the 21st century for any car, except for advanced sports cars and things like that, to not have an automatic gearbox. In the 21st century, in Britain, there is no reason to have this rubbish manual gearbox by default. It's bollocks, and it requires you to take, even if you're on automatic, even if your brain has completely internalized the ability to use clutch and gear stick and everything, that is still mental energy that could be spent on stuff other than changing gears, like paying attention to the road.
I have driven automatic cars
Yes.
that are so slow at changing gear and setting off that I have nearly had accidents on a roundabout compared to what I would have been able to pick in a manual gearbox myself. If you're on a fast-moving roundabout and with a manual gearbox, if I've got it in first gear, I know it's in first gear, I know it's going to set off as soon as I hit the bloody button, then I can go in one of the slightly smaller gaps where it's still safe to do so. But by being in an automatic gearbox that's slower to set off, then that's reduced the number of available opportunities to pull out at complicated junctions, which means the tailback gets considerably longer.
Yes, I would argue that's outweighed by the need to go as opposed to just going.
Second nature to me. I've been driving for a decade.
I've been driving for 2 years. I still think that North America has it right with automatic by default. I understand.
Yes, for their roads.
Yeah, I understand why in the developing world, because automatic gearboxes are a bit more expensive.
Yeah, they're really expensive.
You're not going to see them as much. But we live in a world with pretty much everything else. Like, we have automatic windows in cars now. We have automatic choke in cars. No one is reaching down to change the choke in the car. But why isn't that manual? It's second nature to people who've been driving with chokes all their lives. Why is that automatic now? I admit you may have a point with manual control, but I still think it should be automatic by default.
Changing the choke doesn't help you control the vehicle. It's just one of the steps.
Changing the
engine brake. You can't engine brake in an automatic.
You can engine brake in an automatic.
Next point.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Chips. The only rightful condiment is mayo, and by chips I mean big chunked things of potato that are deep fried, so then they are crispy on the outside and they are fluffy on the inside.
You're wrong, vinegar.
No, that'll make it go soggy.
And?
Mayo.
No. I mean, I'm not averse to mayo. I'm just saying it's not the only possible condiment.
Right. I've hit you with a food one, I'll hit you with a drink one.
Right.
Coffee, tea, can be drunk cold after you've left it for a bit and forgotten about it.
Coffee, tea. Couldn't give a damn. Don't drink the stuff. You can have that one. That can sail by unmolested.
Hey, and on a similar vein, beans. Baked beans.
Yeah?
They're fine cold.
Get out.
Get
out.
Don't eat.
No.
Oh, you can't eat cold beans. Yeah, you can. They taste the same, just cold.
You can. I admit that it is physically possible to do that. But no. No. You're not going to have cold beans.
People eat cold carrots.
They're not in a tomato sauce. No. No. No, I'm not having that.
Salsa. Cold onions in a tomato sauce. Cold beans. There's cold beans in a tomato sauce.
I'm having trouble coming up with a riposte to this one.
1 point.
Can we call this a draw?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Matt.
And I'm Tom.
And I'm laughing too much. Hi, I'm Matt.
And I'm Tom.
And this is the Park
You're
Bench.
Still laughing too much on that one.
Hi, I'm Matt.
And I'm Tom.
And that was very high pitched, and this is the attempt number 9.